Hello, I'm Bob Manners. I'm the Training Director here at the VT Training Centre in Avonmouth, and I'd like to introduce our training video, Passive Fire Protection for the 21st Century. The first test is the panel door, where intumescent material by Envirograph has been placed in the panels and around the seals. 7 park staff light a fire on the other side in the compartment, low down, right up against the door. After 2 minutes, the fire develops rapidly, and after 10, you can see the damage on the fire compartment side of the door. This is a particularly tough test, as we don't normally have a fire right against the door. The delegates can be seen here touching the door while the fire is raging on the other side, with no sign of the fire breaking through. In my experience, this is quite unusual and shows that this product works during this test. On the other side, the door now is starting to show damage and the extent of the fire can be seen.
I think it's fantastic. I can't believe that just paint will protect the door for it's more than 20 minutes now, and there's no effect at all on the other side. I think it's absolutely amazing.
And they just put another bag of fire material on the other side, so it's really going now.
So if you're in a building with these intumescents, you feel pretty safe that you can get out of the building?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, most people would have been out by now. I mean, we'd say 30 minutes as an escape route, but
you'd evacuate a building quicker than that.
You would.
People evacuate within about 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, and also it's only a 33mm door. It's a very thin door. I mean, we wouldn't normally get that in
It's 44, isn't it?
a property, would we? We'd have fire doors on.
After 60 minutes, the fire is extinguished. It wouldn't normally be burning that long in a fire situation. But amazingly, the door is still intact, although you can see some damage now on this side. One myth people have is that doors with intumescent materials around the edge can seal in a fire and stop you getting through. Well, clearly the staff here demonstrate that that's not the case. The next test is the fire barrier curtain. And this was placed in one of the containers that we use at Severn Park to train firefighters in real fire training. You can measure the temperature using probes set at 2 heights within the container. Severn Park staff light the container in the same way as we would when we're training new firefighters. The walls have been lined with chipboard, and on the other side of the curtain is fresh air where delegates can approach and we can witness the effect. The fire starts to take hold now, and it will be spreading to the chipboard on the ceiling and on the walls. You see a classic flame spread now as the temperature increases. And the amount of smoke produced indicates that this is a live fire, and that the temperatures inside will be going from 300 degrees right the way up to about 600. On the other side, the curtain is still maintaining its integrity. Inside now, we've got full flashover with temperatures expected to reach 600 degrees. The container we use is internationally approved for fire training, and was first designed in Sweden and is used across the UK now for training firefighters. There we see the temperature now way beyond 600 degrees, and it would exceed what we would currently use for firefighter training. And yet on the other side of the curtain, delegates can still touch it. Final temperature readout there was exceeding what we would safely use the container for. So at this point we had to stop the test after 30 minutes because the container is not designed for sustained temperatures above that and would be beyond what we would normally use for training. Now I'd like to hand you over to Derek Ward for the remainder of the tests.
You'll soon smell its petrol. Okay? If we break the top away, there we are, and we're back to square. Put this through the door. You're going to see flames when I put the blow lamp onto there, because naturally I put my hand down with petrol on it and so forth. There's your petrol paper, still as it is. Now we'll pour the petrol paper through this one. Again, you're going to see it all around. Stop it again. And there's your petrol paper again. To prove that it is petrol paper.
I'll come to Derek, I've got a volunteer for you.
Here you are then. Oh. And there it is, gentlemen, that is petrol paper. Thank you. And these are two pieces of cloth, one treated with our 321 fire protection liquid, the other one not treated. And now we're going to see a blow lamp on that one there. This one is actually burning, which hasn't been treated. Now we're playing a blow lamp onto the other cloth material, and all you will see is that it will just go black and doesn't hold a flame. Continuing now, and the other one's burning viciously. This liquid's also used for things like Christmas trees, furniture upholstery and things like that. There it is again, my hand holding it there, and it's burning but only going black, not setting fire to it. This is our sponge material, which can be used in holes and services. Bupa hospitals use it over operating theatre doors because there's no fibres. And as you can see, I'm holding a blow lamp on there, which is giving 700 degrees C. My hand is underneath and there's no heat penetrating through. No toxic fumes coming off it whatsoever. And so it all the time will give protection to any area. You can run services through it without any problems. This is our intumescent material, just to show you how it expands in a fire. This is what would be in the edge of a door, in a door frame, which you would expand and seal off the door, and so protecting it. It's also used as insulation material, and now you'll see that I in fact put the sheet onto my hand, and there it is insulating my hand, and will just keep expanding all the time, but giving insulation through to my hand so it won't penetrate to the other side. This will be exactly the same with the door or any other part that is protected. Will insulate through that door but seal the door at the same time. And there's no heat whatsoever there, it's cool. It doesn't absorb any heat, so as I say, it's insulated. And there it is, you can lay your hand on it, it's protected completely. Right, we're now showing our intumescent coating for doors and for timber work, which gives both half-hour and 1 hour protection. Think of this as a raised and fielded panel door. This is our clear coating material. As you can see with this torch on there, it just keeps expanding. We'll only expand to about 6 to 8 millimeters, 10 millimeters at the most, but insulating the door and stopping the heat penetrating through to the timber underneath. In fact, I'm scraping a bit of barley there, and there we are. You'll see the intumescent expanding again into that position, so it will keep doing this as the layers burn away, so it will keep expanding all the time, gets insulating the timber. We now go to the white one. This one here is a coloured one. It's actually got an ordinary undercoat over the top of it, just an ordinary white spirit undercoat over the top. It stops the spread of flame, but again, insulates the door, expanding just that 8 to 10 millimetres. There we are, this stuff intumescent expanding there and protecting the timber on the door. Keep expanding all the time. Each layer as it breaks away will expand again. We now actually go to, in a moment, onto the clear varnish, where this is an ordinary varnish on top of our intumescent material, which again, it gives it Class O, Class 1 spread of flame, so it won't allow it to move. Here we are, now let's try it. Now as you can see, the intumescent's going, but it is not allowing the spread of flame by the top coat to spread anywhere at all, so you're protecting it. Now going back to the white one, I'll brush some off. There we are, brushing the top away. Now again, showing you the actual intumescent expanding, where it will just keep doing this all the time, insulating it. Now back onto the clear one. And now I'll just take that away, stop it, and now I'll scrape it with the actual thing. And there we are, you've still got the timber underneath as it started. This is a panel door. Again, we're playing a torch on there, which is about 600 degrees C. Insulates the door, stops the panel from burning. I'll get somebody now, there we are, putting his hand behind it, no heat at all, and we've gone right down to a 4mm port.
Brilliant.
What do you think?
Oh, it's brilliant. Especially on a really old door like this, if it works, you know. It's getting people, giving them the knowledge to do this in their own homes. Because if they had access to this, they could put on when they were rubbing doors down and repainting. It would save a lot of lives, I'm sure.
I hope you found our video presentation has given you an insight into the world of passive fire protection. All the staff at Severn Park Training Centre, along with Cotswolds Intumescent and Envirograph, would like to thank you for your time.